What's going on, people? Tottenham 1, Man City 0. Pep Guardiola, cry more.
Cry more, Pep, cry more.
Wow, man, my voice has gone. Where do we start, Danny? Where do we start? Hugo's catching balls. Emerson's playing like prime Cafu. Harry Kane has beat Jimmy Greaves' record. Højbjerg's smashing people in midfield. I don't even know where to start, man.
Red card from Romero as well.
This game had everything. It had absolutely everything.
Do you know what? I'm going to say this. With this game, I think it's been one of the most enjoyable games I've seen Spurs play for a long time. In terms of just, you felt that the team actually wanted it today. Like, you felt like they wanted to win from the moment that we kicked off. I know the first 10 minutes it was a little bit more in Man City's favour, but after that little bit at the beginning, I think it was a very good game. I think obviously Man City always were going to have more of the ball, but we had our chances. We broke really well. We defended really tight. We were compact. And we didn't make too many mistakes as well today. I think that was a good thing. Like, we transitioned the ball really well. I think through the midfield to the front three, we transitioned it really well when we had the chances to. There was I think in the final third there was chances where we could have done it. We could have taken a better decision, and I think there was moments where Son had the ball, he was driving through, and there was a couple of chances where he played the wrong pass, or Kane played the wrong pass, and things like that. And I think it could have been an even higher score for us today. And I know Man City hit the bar and they had the chance, but if you look at overall play of the game, they didn't have too many clear-cut chances once again at the lane. And they seem to be doing this when they've come to our ground. Like the last couple of games, they've had the possession, but they haven't really tested us, really.
No, look, possession-wise, Man City had 64 possession, 15 shots, 5 on targets and 6 corners.
Yeah.
5 games, no goals. They can't score at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
No, they haven't.
I don't know what
It's
it
weird.
is. It's really weird. And obviously, okay, we lost 4-2 to them, but that's probably their only win in the last, 6, 7, 8 games that we played against them.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know whether it started with Poch, carried through Mourinho, and now with Conte, that there's just this mind game of coming and playing against us. Look, wow. Yeah, look. That's like they said, they've played 5 times, lost all 5 and never scored.
Yep.
And for the amount of riches that Man City have got, that's a remarkable record. A remarkable
100%.
record. But look, I think, when Kevin De Bruyne came on, it just showed Spurs' resilience, I guess.
Yeah.
Josh, like you were saying, Josh King beforehand, big up to Josh. He was asking, when was the last time that Tottenham had played, and you said, when was the last time Tottenham played from minute 1 to minute 90? There's your game. That was that's probably the only game this season we've played from minute 1 to the last minute.
Yeah, I haven't seen us played like that for a long time.
And maybe, just maybe, Conte not being there has been that kind of spark. It was the perfect game. We needed that game. But yeah, look, Hugo Lloris, apart from kind of a couple of his normal kind of poor distributions, he was solid. He didn't really have a save to make. Obviously, Romero was being Romero. Look, I don't mind he gets sent off because he's not missing massive games. He's going to miss Leicester, and then obviously it's the Chelsea, West Ham games afterwards. So we're not, he's not missing big games.
3 games? No, it's 1.
No,
game.
it's 1 game because it wasn't a straight red.
Yeah.
So yeah, he misses Leicester away, which means he's rested for the AC Milan game, which is perfect.
Yeah,
So
that's a good. Yeah,
look, it's not the end of the world. And look, that tackle was beautiful. That he flew in on.
It was good.
On Erling.
And the thing is,
Haaland.
it gives someone like Sanchez and Tanganga a chance to play in that position against Leicester. And maybe you never know. You might even see. I wouldn't be. Well, I wouldn't. I don't think it's going to happen. But Romero playing right centre back and Porro playing as the right back. It could happen.
Well, you never know. Look, it's all set up perfectly. It's almost set up perfectly for Leicester. Porro to make his debut.
Yeah.
Rest Emerson Royale for the Champions League game. Look,
Could you imagine?
Look, this is. I think. Look, now we've got everyone fit. It's great because we looked at that bench at the start of the day. Obviously, Sanchez came on for Kulusevski after that red card. Basuma came on for Son. But look, we had Richarlison on the bench, Danjuma on the bench, Longley on the bench, Porro on the bench. All these players that can come on and impact games. And I think where we're at now is that a lot of the other players are raising their games because they want to have game time. They want to. Obviously, we know a lot of the the bonuses and everything else around Tottenham are based on minutes, it's based on assists, it's based on goals. So they're all going to want to have a fight for that, and that's only can be a good thing. Now, we always play well in the second half. Let's hope we go on a run in the second half of this season,
100%.
because we are only 1 point behind Newcastle now. Yeah. Newcastle, having played a game more, 1 point behind Newcastle, and look, they haven't looked so electric since the World Cup. They haven't. They've been drawing games.
Yeah. It's
crazy, man.
I never felt that Newcastle were going to stay in the. I think they'll stay in there for a while, but I think they will eventually slip out of it. It's the experience. They've never done it before, like in a long time. So I think it all depends. You have to wait and see. Look, clubs can have injuries. We could have a major injury problem. Arsenal could have major injuries. Any of the teams. We've actually had lots of injuries this season. So it's actually nice for a change. We've actually starting to get players back, because for the majority of the season, we've had a lot of key players out. And to still be in and around that race, right? You could even say to finish third. I'm not saying we're going to finish third, but to be in that race still, with the injuries we've had, and now we've added Porro, Danjuma, Richarlison's coming back, Kulu's back and firing. He's still not. I think with Kulu, you still see there's still a little bit there, maybe in terms of sharpness, but he's getting there. And I think the more minutes he plays, the better he's going to get. So it's looking good. It's looking good in terms of our fitness and where we could be. So yeah.
Look, I think if we look at the team today. Obviously, there's a few super chats.
Another clean sheet as well.
It's another clean sheet, yeah, against Manchester City.
So we've had Palace, we've had Fulham, we've had Man City. There was another clean sheet, I think, wasn't there?
Yeah, there hasn't been many. There hasn't been many. But look, big up to Katie Davis with a super chat. Best game of the season. Big up, Katie Davis. Jory. Everybody say, I love Emerson. Danny, I want you to say it, man.
I'm not saying it.
Come on, Danny. Come on, Danny. After you called in, say, take his name out of your mouth.
I'm not saying
You're going to eat some humble pie, man.
No, not
we're going to have some bet going on here. And Jory with another super chat. Højbjerg, man of the match. Emerson, a very close runner-up. Look, people, look, Højbjerg today. The last few games, he's been anonymous.
Yeah, he's been very poor.
How do you come into a game like this and just turn up like that?
It's what he can do at times. That's what Højbjerg's one of these players that can give you those type of performances at times. He can really turn it on, and when he does turn it on, he looks like a top midfielder. Today he was all over the place. He was everything. His pressing in the first half was the best from any of our players. He was pressing non-stop, and you could see even at like 80 odd minutes, he was telling the team, get forward, press. He was just telling them to get into their faces. And it was a great display from Højbjerg today. He was definitely man of the match.
Yeah, and look, if you think the last few games and probably the last few, even before the World Cup, Bentancur's kind of outshone him. But today, Højbjerg, like you said, for me, he definitely stood up. The defence was good as well. I mean, Perisic, probably the only I guess negative thing about today's performance was Perisic probably wasn't at the races. He's probably one of the only players that wasn't at the races a couple of times. Sonny, we wanted him to go, but he seems to be getting that confidence and coming back. And God, this is really going to be an exciting next few weeks. Obviously, headed into February, we've got Leicester next Saturday, then followed by the massive Champions League away day at AC Milan, then 2 tough home games, West Ham at home and Chelsea at home. And then we kind of go into a kind of March looks a little bit easier. But if we can hit our straps running, I mean, there was people talking we're not going to get anything out of these games, and I think, are we too quick to write our chances off in these games? Do we think that there isn't anything that kind of happened and we just go, it's Spurs, we're in the mud, we only signed 2 players on loan in the champion in the transfer window, we didn't buy a centre back, we just beat the champions, we just beat the
Well, I think that first of all, I think with Man City we have their number, right? Yeah. Go back to history, right? We have their number. We're the team that beats them more than anyone else. From the beginning of English football, right? The history books don't lie. So it's always going to be that kind of that mental block as well. There's always an element towards it, right? They haven't scored 1 goal at this ground since they've been here, since we've had this ground open, right? They haven't scored 1 goal when we played them. But then obviously on top of that, I think today what I saw was Tottenham to me, it looked like they wanted it more than Man City today.
Yeah.
That's what I saw. And what was a pleasant thing to see, which is they wanted it from minute one, from the kickoff, they wanted it. And they stuck to their game plan. They were compact. They stayed well. And look, I don't think it's wrong for people to say that maybe we're out and done and out of it. But look, when you look at the actual reality, we're not really out of it because we're only like a couple of points behind the people above us, right?
Yep.
I know we played a game more than other people, but we still got to play those teams again. Well, Man City we finished now, but we still have to play Newcastle away. We still got to play United at home,
yep.
right? So there are games there we can pick up points from, right? So it's not like it's completely finished, and we have to just keep focusing on what we do. Obviously, injuries play a part, and hopefully we've had our injury issues for this season, and cross our fingers that we don't get any major injuries for the rest of the season, because I think if we don't, I think we've got every chance of finishing in that top four, and I think that we could even go one further, really, to be honest with you.
Yep.
We've now added two more players to the squad, potentially a top right wing back and another option from the forward line, right? You've got Mora coming back as well to fitness, so he's going to be a bit of an addition as well. So you've got different options, right? And it's going to give us, it should help with the last half of the season. And people forget, right, that we've just gone over the halfway mark, right? There is still practically half a season to play.
Yep.
When you look at the amount of games to play, there's practically what we've played now, we've literally got to play still. And people forget. Look at the time last year, November, when Conte came in. Where were we? 8th or 10th in the table?
Yeah, 8th,
right?
I think we were. Yeah,
Something
8th.
like that, and we finished in the top four, right?
Yep.
And we did that in half a season. So there's still a chance that we could kick on this second half and become a bit more consistent. And if we can do that, then it will set us up well for the rest of the season. So look, we're definitely not out of it. I just think that the way we've been performing this season, it's very hard to tell which Tottenham's going to turn up. Like today, you could have got the Tottenham that just got rolled over, but today we saw a fighting spirit in their team today, and it looked like they all wanted it today, which is really good.
So breaking news from Harry Kane. Tottenham's all-time top scorer, Harry Kane, speaking to Sky Sports. It's hard to put into words, and I'm so glad it came in a win. We worked so hard to keep a clean sheet. It was so special to do it in front of the fans. There's been so much talk about it in the last couple of weeks, and to do it in such a big game is even more special. It's a great feeling. When I started playing regularly, it wasn't in my imagination to score 200 Premier League goals, and I have a few more years left, so hopefully there are more to come. Jimmy Greaves is a complete hero, one of the best strikers to play the game, so to be in that conversation is special, and to overtake him is a huge moment for me. Harry Kane, everyone. You know, what do you say? I've had Manchester United fans messaging saying, saying Harry Kane, what a player. I mean, Danny, your thoughts on him? We'd be lost without him, right?
Oh, we would be a mid-table team without him, man. I've said it many times. I think if you look at what he's done this season for us, that's now what? Is it 16 goals he scored?
Yeah.
16?
8 behind Haaland, but
yeah, but Haaland's playing in a team full of
world-class but players. No one. That's what I'm saying. But no one's talking about Kane, which is great because he's just scoring.
Yeah, look what Pep said in his press conference. He goes, Harry Kane's one of the best strikers on the planet. He goes, he's got everything. Does he say that about Haaland? He's got everything. No, Haaland's a finish. Haaland's like a complete finish. He's a finisher, right? He's a box finisher. If you look at the statistics, he hardly scores goals from outside the box. He's not an assister either. What Kane has got, not many players have, right? Right now in the world, he's got everything. He defends. He can pass a ball. He can cross a ball. Finish on both feet. He can score headed goals. He's just complete forward. That's what he is, right? Without Harry Kane, we would never be anywhere near the positions we've been in the last 7-8 years, in my opinion. Even though we haven't got over the line, people always tend to blame Harry Kane. And it really pisses me off because the thing is, it's a team game, right? And in for example, a lot of the finals we've been in, it's not just Harry Kane that hasn't performed. It's the whole bloody squad. You've had, I remember in that final, Eriksen was just it was like a ghost in that Champions League final, and people want to sit there and blame Harry Kane, but it's ridiculous. So, especially Alex Davis, you deluded idiot.
I told you, Harry Kane FC.
Box office, more like post office. So,
look, Spurs fans, it's been a great win. We've got the post-match fan show coming up. where for once we're not going to be in meltdown. We're not going to be anything. Look, I think we just need to get behind the boys, support them on the pitch. Look, exciting things are happening. Exciting things are coming. And Emerson, tonight when you get home, enjoy taking Jack Grealish out of your pocket, mate, because you were superb again today. So now, you know, it's so exciting to see, like you say, down that right-hand side. You know, we've got Porro to come in. We got Danjuma, Richarlison. Look, you never know what could happen. Like you say, Danny, there's 16 games left, 17 games left.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen. Look, I for one, we you know, top four is not a trophy. We all know what the problems are at the club. But look, we got 16 games plus the Champions League plus the FA Cup. I honestly think that we've got a shout in one of the in the FA Cup, especially with all the big teams out.
For me, right, I'd rather finish 5th and win the FA Cup. If we go and win a trophy this season, I think that's what the fans want to see more than anything. Now I know there's fans out there who will say, but we need top 4 to track the players. But I don't think we do.
No.
I think Harry Kane would rather. Of course, he would hate it if we missed out on Champions League. But I'm sure that he would love it more if you had an FA Cup medal.
Oh, of course he would. Of course he would. And what does it mean? You know, we go and win something. Kane stays, Conte stays. Look, you never know. You never know what's around the corner. You never know what's going to happen. Look, the next game is next Saturday, so we have a bit of a break. Brian Daigle and Sai are here. Obviously, you know what happened last time. Sai was here for Leicester away. Him and Stell were here when Stevie B for that game. Obviously, we've played Leicester away since, but the last time Sai was here for a Leicester game, it was absolute fire. We're going to have the post-match fan show. We've got it coming up. Big up to everybody that's been with us.
Big up, everyone.
We've got a final super chat here from Jerry Calhoun. Kane is our best forward midfielder and centre-back. Haven't seen him in goal yet. Big up to everyone that's put in super chats. There's 1,532 of you still watching. Smash that like. Gets over 1,000. We'll see you again very, very shortly. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs!